All right, how's it going? Out here doing a little surface hunting again today, and may have found my first point. Just wanted to cut the camera on and show you all as I pull it out of the ground. Hopefully it is a point. We just went and checked a creek nearby that I was gonna do a little creek walking today, but the water's still a little bit too high with all the rain we've had recently. But anyway, let's get to it and see if we can find this point. I had to step away. Remember where I was standing? Oh, here we go. All right, I think it's right here. It's kind of in a shadow. Let's see. Get down a little closer. And look at there. Oops. It's small, but on this edge right here, hopefully this is focusing. Let me get up here. It's hard to tell here. It's so bright.
It's chiseled at the bottom too.
But on the edge, to me, its edge has been worked right there and on that side. And you got a little bit of a base right there. It's a small one. I think we may have found our first point. All right, time to see if we can find another one. Okay, I'm out here continuing my surface hunting, and I found a stone here. Looks very similar to some other tools that I believe are tools that I've found in the past. Notice the flatness and the roundness of the rock. I found some very similar to this that were either some type of hammerstone or like a dicordial. But I've found stones the same material, very similar shape on this site multiple times. You see how flat it is on top and bottom? And that rounded shape definitely looks like this isn't natural, of course, but so I'm going to assume this is some type of tool in my amateur opinion. So now let's keep looking. I'm walking around. I was kind of picking up these flakes. I wanted to get you all's opinion on what would actually be a flake from the making of these points, and what maybe is just where rocks have been broken, like what to look for. And while I was picking up the flakes, I think I may have found another point here. I'd already pulled it out because I thought it was a flake at first, but I stuck it back in how it looked, kind of right there. Pick it up here where the sun's not quite in the way as much. All right, so definitely that looks chiseled, like that looks worked. The edge right there looks worked. That edge right there looks like it started to get worked. And then it kind of looks like the tip or the end broke off right there. So I don't know if that would be a point or some sort of scraper. See? Now if I'm wrong, y'all could put it in the comments. Help me learn a little bit more. But I feel like this edge right here where my thumb is has been worked. And, you know, just the shape of that chiseled end right there. And then this edge right here. So I may be wrong. May just be wishful thinking. But the shape reminds me of like a Guilford style point. From a little bit of research I've done recently on some of the things I've found here. So just let me know what you think in the comments. All right, I found something here. I'm not sure what it is yet. I haven't touched it. There it is. Let's go ahead and grab this piece and move it a little bit. Now, I've got a handful of chips here. Let me see if I can switch those out. into my pocket because I was collecting chips to kind of get y'all's opinion. I came across this piece. So to me, that edge right there looks worked. You can see the gouges there, and then on this edge appears to be like it was worked to me. Kind of looking at the shape there, definitely broken off. You kind of see the shape. All right, I was standing here and my memory card got full as I was showing you all this point I just found. So here's the piece I just found. It's definitely broken off right there. Kind of see the shape of it. And you can see, I don't know if it shows up, you can see where right here it's been chipped and worked. And then on that side too. I don't know if those shadows are showing up well. You can see where they napped it. Because I think that's what it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, just learning about this. So that's my most recent one. Probably gonna spend a little bit more time out here, and then I'm gonna call it a day and go do some stuff I have to do instead of some things that I want to do. All right, guys, I'm wrapping this video up. I found a few things. I'm gonna show them to you all now. Maybe get some feedback, if you don't mind, in the comments about some of these things, so I can learn a little bit more about what I'm doing out here. Now, this has been a two-part video. I started it yesterday. The intro I filmed yesterday, and that's where I found this point right here. And I posted on one of the Facebook forums that I'm in, one of the pages, and someone suggested that this is a Halifax. And so I went on a couple of different sites, including the Virginia Department of Historical Resources. And I think he was correct, the person that suggested it to me, because it kind of has the shape with the little notch here. The little ear is broken off there, but it kind of had that shape to it. So that is kind of a middle archaic point. These two I just found here on my site that I was at in my last video, and I'm not sure because they're broken as to what they are. This one reminds me of like a Guilford, but I'm not sure because I'm not an expert at this. I'm just kind of still learning. This one I don't know about. Now these are some more modern points that I found here. You can see from the tip, these are definitely more modern. Now these are the chips and flakes that I found. Now some of them I think are just flakes, probably from equipment, things like that. But I want to get your opinion, and I'm going to pick out a couple here that I think are maybe flakes from these primitive humans doing their napping and making these points. So if you look at this one, it's got that curved shape to it. And to me, that looks like it was flaked off. And they have sharper edges. So to me, that looks like they were flaking them off because they have the sharper edges and they're thinner and taking off a little bit of thicker area here. But they've kind of got that cupped shape to them. I hope you can see that in the video. And so that's a larger piece. And let's see if I can find here a couple of the smaller ones that I think remind me. This is another one. It's kind of got that cupped shape to it. And it's got a very sharp edge, like right here. Where they were like flaking it off. And then some of these smaller ones, like this one here, has a curvature to it. See here. And there's a few others. I'm just trying to pick out some of the ones. Like this one here. Kind of has some curve to it. Let's see. I think those are kind of my best examples that I found that I thought were definitely more of a flake from the napping process versus just rocks being broken over time. Wi-Fi equipment running over them, things like that. So just give me your opinion on that in the comments, if you will. Just you know, so I can learn a little bit. And if you all could date these points, you know, I definitely would need some help. That may be after European contact, I'm not sure. But yeah, any help on this, like my theory on the flakes and how that works. You know, there's different sizes, but I mean, I could pick up handfuls of flakes like this all day long on this site. And then, you know, my Halifax here, I think is middle Archaic. And then these two broken points here that I found today. So appreciate y'all joining me and going on this little bit adventure. It's all a learning process. I actually just enjoy, you know, finding history and being a part of this. And like I said in a previous video, you know, being able to touch something that no human has touched in several thousand years, to me, is just a fascinating concept. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.